Time it is. I hope you're well rested.
11:48.
Hope you're ready. Hope you have your questions ready. Please welcome to the stage, Sebastian Stan. You have a little something in your... So,
I was too... I couldn't, you know, hold the thing.
It would have scared me. So this is, we were talking before a little bit, this is one of your first conventions in this format, right? You normally do like kind of the big bunch of people. This is the first time you're kind of like hanging, getting intimate with the same group of folks for an extended period of time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He specifically mentioned you. It's funny that you should apologize.
Yeah. And your t-shirt. Yeah, no, it's been interesting, you know, but I think it's kind of cool because you get to, you know, you get to really sort of almost get to know people a little bit,
right?
You know, over the span of time. And usually the things are so rushed, you never really have time, I guess, in a way to connect. But how are you guys? Are you guys having fun? Are you Wow.
Well, look, you have a line there.
Okay.
A line there, a bunch of people really excited to ask you questions. So I'm going to start it off with one question, and then I'm going to leave you be.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you stand Sebastian stands?
I thought that, but stan is in itself is a term, right?
Right.
And it's the term for being a fan of something.
Mm-hmm. Like a very intense fan, which I recently learned came from the Eminem song.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
We got to get him to a convention.
That's true. It's very true.
He hasn't smiled in about 10 years.
It's not good for the rep.
He's still very serious.
Yeah.
You know who was in a movie with Eminem? Yeah. Ah, damn it. Who? Anthony Mackie.
Oh yeah.
That was his first movie, I believe, by the way.
8 Mile?
Yeah, I think so.
That's a way to step into it there.
Yeah, I know. Terrible.
All right, I'm going to leave you in all of these wonderful, capable hands.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Sounds dirty.
All right. In the dark. Should we start there?
Okay. Hi, Sebastian. Sorry.
Hello.
My question was if during your time doing the Avengers movie and doing conventions, you got to meet Stanley, and if you have any stories you'd like to share about it.
Yeah, no, I was really lucky. I got to meet him a few times, and he always had just this glow about him. I don't know. It was really interesting because he always smiled. I've always only seen him smile. And then the only thing he ever said to me was, just remember, you know, Bucky's one of the good ones. He's always like, meaning he's a good guy as opposed to a bad guy, you know. So, but pretty crazy. I'm just happy that he got to see where the characters and the movies were able to go, you know, and all the time that he was alive. So, hello, Steve Rogers.
Hello, Bucky. My best friend. Sebastian, first of all...
Clearly still wearing the same outfit.
I come from France, and it's really an honor to meet you, and thank you for coming here in New York.
My pleasure. I'm going to be in France over the summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, very excited.
And I think you know this red book.
Oh, I don't. No, I don't.
No? And so you
Can't
know
really
that...
lights, can't see.
You know, in this book there are 10 words, very dangerous words for you or for us.
You really want to do this right now?
And so my question is, do you remember them? Can you say
No.
this one? No?
I don't remember them.
No.
Train, car, something.
Longing?
No.
Rested?
No.
17?
I know you're not going to do it.
Daybreak? No?
She doesn't know you're
I know. I'm just kidding. Okay.
Lads and lasses set you for a while.
You've all had this apple juice, right?
Let's raise our glasses high to friends and family gone, and lift our voices in another Irish drinking song.
This is to you guys. Thank you for always being very loyal fans. It never goes unnoticed, and I know everybody even back there kept saying how wonderful you all are and how special you make us all feel. So we wouldn't be up here without you, so I hope you always remember that. Thank you so much. Oh my God, it's apple juice! It really is! Oh man. Okay, what's your question?
Picked the wrong one.
First I'm going to say I love you, and then I came up with this question when chattering with my friends, so it's going to be a little bit stupid, but my question is, if it was Steve and Bucky that went to Vormir to get the Soul Stone, what do you think is going to happen?
Maybe the same thing that didn't happen.
Wow. He would probably be like, I got this. And I would have been like, no, it's mine. I should be doing it. No, I think it would have been a fight, and I probably would have tried to, I should be the one after everything to take the lead, so to speak. But knowing him, he probably wouldn't let me. But I don't know. That's a crazy question. Jesus. And then the Red Skull was there. Of course.
Maybe you guys can fight with Red Skull first.
Yeah.
Maybe you just get the Soul Stone then. Thank you. I might write a story about it. Thank you.
No worries. Go for it.
Hi. What is your favorite memory from living in Vienna?
My favorite memory from living in Vienna. Wow. It was.
If you have any.
No, I do. It was being at Schönbrunn, which is a really beautiful place. And then my first kiss was on one of those trolley cars. Yeah. I was in Vienna. Yeah, that's all I. It's pretty good. Yes.
Good enough for me.
What does this do?
Try your hands up.
Stick my hand in it. Why don't you? Yes, you. That's right. Why don't you come up here and stick your hand in it? I'm gonna ask you a question when you're up here, and then you're gonna stick your hand in it, and that way we'll know if you say the truth. Come on. Yeah. You guys are gonna have to think of a question. Let's go. Let's really make this show happen. Until you get here, I'm gonna take one more question. Go for it.
Hello, I come from Hong Kong, and my question is, if you have to face certain difficulty, just like Doctor Strange in his solo movie, how will you beat this obstacle and continue the interest that you are accepted with me?
If I was to face an obstacle like Doctor Strange, how would I get past it?
Yes.
I probably wouldn't. All right. Yeah. Doctor Strange can turn back time. I can't. This is unfortunate.
So can Cher.
I just listened to the song by Cher. Hi, please come on up here. What is your
Give me a
name?
beer.
Iris. Iris. Okay, Iris. Well, you're going to have to stick your hand in there. So what question do we have for Iris?
Are you wearing
Right here. Go ahead.
Avenger.
The question is, who is the superior Chris?
I love this question because they're all superior. Chris Pine. He's next. Who's the superior Chris? Here, I'll count them off. Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pratt, Chris Evans, Chris. Yeah, you could do it. No, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. It's just my hand. Chris Pratt. I guess that's the truth. I don't know. This is yours. Thank you. What's your question?
How are you? So my question is, Anthony Mackie was asked if you two were friends, and he said yes, but he went on to talk about your couch for 5 minutes. I don't know, he didn't really talk much about it.
I know this is going to get on the internet. Anthony Mackie has never been in my home. I don't know what couch he's talking about.
But he said that your cashmere blanket is too small, that you need a bigger one, and I wanted to ask if you purchased.
My cashmere blanket?
Yes, and that you need a bigger one.
I'm so glad I have a cashmere blanket. What, did he give me that for Christmas? No, he didn't. He didn't give me anything.
No, if you purchased one, I don't know.
Look, don't ever listen to what Anthony Mackie says. It's for your own good, I promise you. And I'm not kryptonite fun. I am fun!
But wait, so you saw the interview too where he did the lie detector test?
No. Wonderful people just told me in the meet and greet what happened.
No, you're so much fun.
Oh, God, I don't know how I'm going to survive that show with him. I really don't. It's going to be, hopefully he'll be here with me next year. I don't know. What is your question?
Hello from Siberia.
Siberia? I was there. In the Civil War.
And I have a mission. Желание. Ржавый.
Hopefully it's the right apple juice this time.
I'm sorry, but I must have family garden and lift our voices in another Irish drinking song. Consumption took me mother and father got the box. Wound up in a box.
It's good.
Hi, Seb. I love you so much. And my question is, I know that you read a lot of comics, and me too, and I just was wondering, like, what kind of comic stories that you find that are, like, inspirational or some sort of, like, help you create your character Bucky, and what kind of stuff that you thought maybe it's, like, you can't use it, and can you talk a little bit more about what kind of comics also contribute in your perception or your knowledge? I'm sorry, I'm rambling about Stephen Bucky. Thank you.
Well, the only comic books that I read were the ones with, Stephen Bucky and the Captain America stories, and you know they were really. They were great. I don't know. I'd never read comic books before. I didn't grow up with comic books, but I think my favorite is all the Ed Brubaker stuff. You know, that was my favorite stuff, and it was really great to get to do some of that in the movies. And you know, I would love, I always say this all the time, but I feel like it would be really interesting to see like the whole Winter Soldier that we haven't seen yet, you know, because if you think about it, he had a whole other life sort of as this ulterior ego, so to speak. Like when you see the Winter Soldier now, he's sort of like a machine in the movies, but before that, there was actually a real character there, and that was the character that had friendship with Black Widow. But, you know, we'll see what happens. So I guess those probably.
Thank you so much. I hope you could be Buck Captain in your miniseries.
I appreciate your wish. I do.
Thank you so much.
I'm still here by myself. Okay. All right. What next? You guys think about something funny we should all do. Meantime, go ahead.
Sebastian,
Yeah.
to ask you about your current and future projects. What should be in a project to get you especially interested? What excites you nowadays?
It's all just character stuff, you know, if it's a great character. I mean, I worked on this movie called Devil All the Time, and it's gonna be, it's such a great movie. Robert Pattinson's in it. No, it's an amazing movie filled with all these great actors. It was just a very cool character, very different character, so that's gonna hopefully come out next year. But the chance to work with someone great who always pushes you and challenges you, which actually happens to be strong female characters, that's always, yeah, why not? So I'm excited about this new one now called 355, which will be in France, so that should be pretty cool. Did anyone think of something fun but safe to do?
The hokey pokey.
Sing? They say that it would be untrue. You know what song I really like? That Aaron Neville song that's like, I don't know much, but I know I love you. I bet you Ricky likes that song. That Ricky, man. Where is he?
Photos.
Ah, okay. What is your question?
Hi. What is the most craziest, strangest thing a fan has ever done to get your attention?
Yikes.
The craziest thing a fan has done to get my attention? Well, Daniela, can I talk about that? What's the strangest thing that a fan has done to get my attention? It happened at this Comic-Con.
Oh no.
You know, we say, let's wait until next event before we give ideas to someone else.
That's a good idea.
Because
Well done.
I don't want to get ideas to other
You're
people.
absolutely correct.
You know?
So, yeah, tune in next year to the answer to that question.
Another hello from Russia, and I have a question. Have you seen any Russian movies, and did you like any of them?
Yes, Leviathan. Yeah, that's the last one I saw that I really liked. And I also saw another movie by the same director called Loveless. That was recent. Those were the last Russian movies I've seen. But you know, I actually would really want, I would like to go to Russia, actually. I'd really like to go.
Please go in summer.
No, when I was in school a long time ago, someone told me to go to St. Petersburg. That apparently it's supposed to be very.
St. Petersburg, so welcome.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do that, or maybe there's a Comic-Con there. I don't know.
Well, there actually are Comic Cons, but it depends on organizers, I guess.
Yeah, I'll find out.
You're very welcome.
Thank you. Think about it. I wish I could give you surprises or something. All right. What's your question?
We haven't seen you in Instagram very long time. Why do you post photos less than before? Please come back.
Oh, Instagram. Honestly, there's just too many things going on, I feel like, that require my attention recently, where I've been spending my time, so to speak. But, you know, the internet's a funny thing. I mean, I love it because in a lot of ways it brings people together. It can really, you know, focus on, you can bring focus to the right sort of situations, and I love it for that. But it's also a place of extreme hate and miscommunication and, you know, lies and sort of just all this kind of negativity in a way. So, you know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm always trying to figure it out myself, but lately it's just been more kind of focusing on other things, you know. Yeah, I would say, you know, maybe see what a day is like without opening Instagram, and you'll see what I mean. You'll be a lot happier. Go ahead.
Hi, I was wondering if there is a director you really admire and would love to work with in the future.
A director I really admire. You know what? I want to work with Taika. This guy is unbelievable. I mean, I don't know. That beyond the character of the Rock Man, he's kind of like my favorite director right now. But yeah, I would love to work with him. I really would like to work with this director, Lily Armapour. Do you guys know who that is? She's really, really talented. I'd love to work with maybe Martin Scorsese. I don't know. You know, someone like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really convinced that all those other guys just left. Like maybe they're all sitting around a big giant table eating pasta, laughing, drinking wine right now.
You're doing fine.
What's your question?
Hi, Sebastian. First of all, мы тебя очень любим. It is in Russian, we love you very much. And my question...
Sometimes when I hear those Russian words, I will beat a sweat. I did have a red star at one point. I love you too.
Thank you. Didn't you feel cold when you were riding a motor scooter naked in Greece?
Yep, there was a backdraft.
So to speak.
It was December. Every once in a while in your life, you have to do something that scares you. Such as doing full frontal nudity in a movie. So I look forward to that film. Let's talk about it after that. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, I don't know. When in Greece, you know. But the thing is, in the movie, there's actually a very specific reason for that. So when you see the film, you'll understand why they end up like that. But it was a really, really talented director that I got to work with. I was really happy about. His name is Argyris Papadimitriopoulos. Yeah.
Bless you.
I'm gonna name a city after him.
Hi. So throughout all these years, what's most impressive was your acting for me is your eyes. Like for other roles you play, like Bucky, like Chris in Destroyer, like
Heard Chris?
like Tonya, like Jeff in I, Tonya, like what's like I can tell the whole story of the character from your eyes when acting, which is really amazing. I'm just wondering, how did you do that, like acting with your eyes? Thank you.
Thank you for that. Very kind of you to say that. I don't know. I mean, you know, I mean, maybe it was that mask for a while. You know, kind of. But I feel like most people sort of, you know, talk with their eyes. You know, like most people you meet. I mean, you know, they say things, but their eyes say something else. You know, and sometimes that's like, it really is probably why they're the windows to the soul. You know, like you can tell whether a person's a certain way from the eyes. So, I don't know. I think about that.
There's the wheel spinning glass.
See, this way, you don't know what I'm thinking. I can't be an asshole and have like. Go ahead.
Hello. So, talking about something scary.
I didn't know they could play music. Ooh, baby, I love the way every day. What song should I sing? I might not know it. A love song? God, where's Ricky? What?
Don't stop believing.
You're simply the best. I'm not a good singer, so you don't have to worry about that. Bon Jovi. Okay, what's the one that goes? 'Cause I'm a cowboy. Wanted, dead or alive. Do we have that song? That would be a good song to have. Anyway, that's all I got. Sorry, I cut you off before.
It's fine. So I was saying that talking about something scary, this feels scary, to be honest, asking a question. And first of all, you are a great addition to the JIBLand boys. And I noticed that sometimes you do play characters that are like, can be like -1, they don't have like a lot of scenes or a lot of lines, like not just in the Marvel, but also like Once Upon a Time. But you are great and just making them feel important. So much that they get a great fandom behind your characters. Because sometimes good actors just don't say just lines, but they act the feelings, even with just the face. So that usually is a sign of a great actor. So did you ever think about it this way? Oh,
I've had like 18 emotions listening to you. I'm like,
sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah.
So did you ever think about it that way, basically?
No, next question.
No, of course. I mean, that's, you know, words don't mean anything, you know. It's always about what people do and how they behave and stuff, and that's kind of what you look for, you know. I guess that was a short answer to a really long question. But really, that's kind of it. I don't know.
Sorry, I will try to be as quick as possible.
No, you're good.
But thank you.
No problem.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yes.
But you have to answer, because I want to be sure that's the truth.
I made someone go do this,
Yeah,
by the
I
way.
know. But I want to know, are you Team Hydra or Team Avengers?
Did you say Team Danielle?
Hydra or Avengers?
Iron Man or Avengers?
Hydra.
Hydra or Avengers? Okay, so I answer and then I stick it in there? Thank you. Okay, Hydra. Oh, shit! Okay. That was fun. That didn't happen before with my friend, Iris.
What is she planning? What is she doing? I don't know.
Okay, all right, well, I can't be the only one experiencing that. Oh, they're Russian. Hold on. I know, but you look like you know what you do. I need someone that's a real proper type. Spain, I see you. You!
Karen! Yes, Karen! Karen!
Good practice. Okay, what question do we have for Karen? Karen, all right. What question do we have for Karen?
How much did you drink last night?
Perfect. I love that. All right, Karen. How much did you drink last night?
5 Long Island iced teas.
What happened? All right, so you drank more than that. That's what happened. I love that thing.
Hi. So recently I was rewatching your Broadway performance, Picnic, and can I just say, like I was rewatching it because I've seen it so many times. I absolutely love how, where it's on YouTube actually. Like the whole thing is on YouTube.
A whole thing?
Yeah, there's like part 1 and then there's part 2.
All right, I didn't know that.
So my
What else is on YouTube?
Don't go there.
My question is, would you do more Broadway performances, and if so, what Broadway performance would you love to do?
Well, thank you for your question. I would love that. Clearly, I'm just so great on stage. I had to do something that's, I don't know, where I get to be a nervous wreck, and that could be great. Anything by like Neil Simon or something, like The Odd Couple. What should I do? Should I do like a musical? Should I try it? They would never cast me in a musical. You know, I auditioned for Guys and Dolls. Didn't get it. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe a musical or something. Yeah. Thank you. I wish I could play the guitar.
You should drink some more.
If you drink some more, you might be able to.
They're gonna come back here and really beat me up. Hello.
Morning.
Good morning.
It's still morning. Don't mind me. It's lovely to see you. Thank you for the Winter Soldier, and I love Bucky Barnes. It's one of my favourites.
Thank you.
And I'm embarrassed to admit I haven't got as far as seeing Endgame yet, so I know I'm going to get completely spoiled. What's your favourite spoiler?
My favourite spoiler?
Yeah, what should I look out for? You know, I've caught up with Infinity
The wedding.
Pardon?
Look out for the wedding.
The wedding?
Yeah. The people that get married at Avengers Endgame. Happily ever after.
But at least you're in it. Last I saw of you, Bucky was a pile of dust.
The last I saw of myself. That's true. You can't judge what's in a little, you know, sand pebble.
Thank you.
Okay, this is when you know I've been up here for way too long. It's like Titanic, being out there on a raft all by yourself. Is there anybody out there?
Never let go.
Ridiculous.
Thank you, then.
No problem. Yes.
Hi. I love reading, and I wonder, what's your favorite book?
My favorite book? You know, I remember reading this book called Still Life of the Woodpecker. It was really great. For all of you thinking about that title, don't.
She snorted.
It's a fun book. Fun things. No, but it's amazing. It's about love that happens in a cigarette pack. Go look it up. I'm not lying. No problem. I got you. God damn it. There we go. What's your question?
Hi. Are there any scenes that you filmed from Endgame that didn't end up in the movie? And can you tell us about them?
Yes.
Yeah, there was this scene where the Falcon and I are walking by this And he turns to me and asks me if I have any gum. And I accidentally punch him in the face. And then he hits the wind propeller and flies off like a fly into space. Then make the cut. Iris, Karen, are you gonna drink tonight? Okay. Thanks. We're almost there. We're almost there, everyone. Go for it.
I recently saw the movie I'm Not Here. What was it like filming that?
I thought you were gonna be like, what was that? Why did you do that? No, that movie was very hard to make, you know, because it's about a tricky subject, and it's actually about quantum physics and multiple universes, which is what's happening in that movie. You know, there's the idea that there's like many versions of you at the same time, right? So there's probably a version of you and me that was on the way here but didn't make it, or maybe they changed plane tickets. Anyway, it's interesting to think about once in a while. Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. Hello.
Hello. First, thanks for coming here and share your moments with us.
My pleasure. Thank you to Daniela. This is Lorenzo. Don't get stuck in an elevator with him.
Is he gassy?
Yes.
And my question is, do you still now have some kinds of movie or character you really want to play but you haven't done yet?
I would love to try to play the Riddler. You know, I mean, that's an interesting character. I don't know how you'd play that one, actually. That would be very hard, to be honest, because he couldn't be, you know, he couldn't be like crazy. He would have to be kind of much darker than that. But that's an interesting character. A while ago, I wanted to make a movie about the 1986 Mets. Frankly, I don't know much about baseball, but the idea of
as a Red Sox
being
fan,
a crazy person in 1986 sounded fun. Yeah, I don't know. I have to think more about that. You know? Yeah.
Mulțumesc.
Cu plăcere. Mulțumesc.
Hi, so a couple of weeks ago I was talking to Richard Spate about the fact that you guys have been doing this convention together, and his knowledge of Marvel is not very good at all. So I gave him a quick rundown of Bucky's storyline and everything like that, but
Right.
he made the very good point that he said, well, have you seen Supernatural? So my question is, have you seen any of the Supernatural? And if you haven't, would you like to?
Okay.
There's a lot to catch up on, so I wouldn't blame you if you didn't want to.
How am I going to answer this? No. No, I haven't. I know the guys. I mean, I know it's a very popular show, and it is an amazing show. And sadly, I haven't seen it. But that's because I don't watch a lot of TV outside of Game of Thrones. You know, and The Handmaid's Tale. I have a lot of TV to catch up on, and that's my fault.
15 years.
That's all right.
I know this is not going to go well for me for the rest of the day. Thanks for that question.
Hello. How do you feel knowing that you are so inspirational for a lot of people? That a lot of people come here only to meet you.
How does it feel?
Yeah.
Well, it feels incredibly humbling, for sure. And you know, every time I get to have a moment like that, however quick it is, when somebody says to me, hey, you know, I went through a really hard time in my life, and I just want to thank you. Something about your character or something you said or whatever helped me in a way. It's the best. It's the best feeling in the world. It really is. It's the only, like, you know, this is a crazy business, and everybody will be able to tell you that. And so many times, like, you can easily forget why you're doing it, you know. But to hear somebody who always says that, it's, you know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something right. So I'm always grateful for that. You know, that's how it should be. That's the reason that movies exist anyway. You know.
Thank you for coming here.
Thank you. How are you guys?
Fine.
I just want to make sure. Gucci is the best brand there ever was. Okay. Are they still here, Lorenzo? Is anybody else still? Are there people back there?
They're having lunch.
I know this is a big joke. Something's happening. I don't know why I'm. All right. Go ahead.
Hi, my favorite Marvel movie is the Winter Soldier one. So I was wondering, and the favorite scene is the highway fight, and I was wondering how long the preparation took and how difficult was it to film. Just mind-blowing every time I watch it. So it's I like so much.
Oh, I love the highway fight, because the best part about it was I got to have that mask and the goggles, and when I'm firing those guns, they're really being fired, and there's stuff flying everywhere, and I didn't have to worry about it, because usually they wouldn't let me do that, you know, for some reason, because they wouldn't want me to get hurt. But that was one of my favorite sequences ever, and I still think one of the best fight sequences in the movies, you know. So yeah, hoping to get that kind of action.
How long did it take to prepare for that? Like some.
No, I mean for a month or so before, you know, we would always kind of practice, and yeah, it's not easy, you know. But those guys do it really well, and they're super trained. I mean, it's crazy.
Thank you.
No.
Drink.
Tell him, get a drink?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. There's no business like show business.
Lads and lasses,
That's not the way that song goes.
Hearken to me martial tale about the Emperor Dial. Let's all raise our glasses high to friends and family gone, and lift our voices in another Irish drink.
To Ricky. Thank God he's in Rome. Good luck to you.
System has forever closed her smiling Irish eyes. Now everybody's dying.
Hi, I'm Sophia from Sweden.
Yes. We will pray you. God, you're here. It was like I watched Benjamin Button 4 times by myself up here. That's how long that felt.
Wow.
Anyway, how's it going back there?
So I came at the right time.
Yes.
Oh man,
absolutely.
I think there was a singing thing that was going on here.
Oh yeah.
Is that?
No, you should do it.
Yeah. No, I should do it. Oh,
you should definitely.
Jesus Christ.
Definitely roll the wheel.
Anyway, Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gonna leave you with that.
Awesome. Oh,
Enjoy-
wow.
enjoy it all.
Wow. Oh, my God.
He is, and he's still on stage for a
Oh,
bit.
my goodness.
He's supposed to do a panel with you, isn't he? Isn't he supposed to do a panel with you? Just for a little bit. Just a little bit. He ran away. Maybe he needed to It was only 45 minutes. It's only 45 minutes.
Thank you. All right. Well, we've had the Winter Soldier. Now the Winter Smolder is here. Do we have any questions that are non-Smolder related? Yeah? Don't all jump up at once. How are we doing? Cool. Are we going to this? No, we're going to questions, right? You guys are all sitting down for questions now? Oh, those were all for Sebastian? Cool, everybody's like, okay. Okay, people leaving in the back. Very cool. Very, very cool. Yes, yes, yes.
Hi. Is there anything that you wanted to do on screen that you haven't been able to do yet? Either a role or a scene or something silly, a line or something?
Yeah, I would love to be involved in a musical. I think it'd be great.
Oh, wait. Well, show us.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was at the audition. And what do you have for us? We'll be the judge, if you can do this or not. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Disney is remaking so many of these things. You know, I can carry a tune. Just trust me on that, okay? I'll send you a recording later. There'll be CDs available at the end. Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. I mean, I think that as you've seen here.
I'm writer.
Is that for me?
It's because they have the worst time.
We just stand around and then the camera does all of the cool stuff. Have we assembled? We've assembled all the smoke and everything. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. What I was going to say is, as you've seen, a lot of the guests here are like really goofy in real life and have a real playful side. So when you get to do that and have as much fun on set, hopefully as the audience is having, yeah, I think that really translates. I think that's really fun. And that's great. You want to show up to work and you want to have fun. There's a real joy of the performance in there. And I think that that's hopefully what we've shown you today. And yesterday, and last year, so that's what we're going for anyway. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I think that we should all enjoy this really awesome job that we have. It's really great. It's really special. Thank you. Swinging over here.
Hi, Brett.
Yeah.
As a fellow cat lover, please tell us about your cats.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. I have 3 cats. We used to have 4. We just lost one, but yeah, it is sad. I didn't say it to get sympathy, but yes. So we have 3 cats, and I'm going to visit. There's a place here that people have been telling me about, something Argentina. So I'm going to be visiting that before I leave, and it's a cat village. I can't imagine anything more cool than that. I love cats. I was in Marrakesh recently, and cats all over the place. And I feel like maybe I'm a cat whisperer a little bit, because wherever I go, there seems to always be a cat kind of rubbing up against me. Was there a woo for that? That wasn't a metaphor, that was an actual cat rubbing up on me. Okay. I should leave it at that. I want to be invited back next year. Yes, but actual cats were rubbing up against me, and it was nice. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get in trouble. But it was a lot of fun, and I love cats. I mean, they're incredibly weird and mysterious and whatever. Anyway, so our cats are named Fred, Peanut, and Miss Tittles. There's a story, but I'm not going to get into it. Thank you very much. No, oh my God, it's really not that interesting. Yes. Cats are cool.
Regardless of how the plot is going, what would you like to see happen in the last episode of Game of Thrones?
Oh my God, I feel like there's so much pressure on this question and how I answer it right now. They're even leaving because they don't want to hear. They already know I'm gonna mess this up, and so they're like, listen, we don't.
You can tell us the cat story then.
I don't know. I mean, Game of Thrones is incredible. How is it going to end? I don't know. I mean, I watched the 3rd episode, which was astounding. It was an astounding piece of, like, filmmaking. It was just a giant fight for an hour and a half. I thought it was incredible. And then I thought, well, where in the world are you guys going to go now? Because that's only the 3rd episode of this last season.
5 is better.
What?
5 is even better.
5 is even better? I haven't gotten to 5. I got to 4 and there was a Starbucks cup and I thought, wait a minute. What's going on? What's going on? Don't relax now. Don't get your latte now. There's a lot more going on. And, but I was happy that they opened up a Starbucks in Westeros because I feel like, yeah, the night watch, how else do they stay awake? Little known secret. So yeah, I really don't know how to answer that question. I really don't know. They just had the big fight, and it seems like things are cool, and then we're back to the drama of everybody fighting amongst themselves. And I thought it was really cool when everybody got together. And even though those were uneasy alliances, it was really cool to see them put that all aside to fight, the bigger fight.
Do you have a personal pick that you'd want to see on the Iron Throne?
The dragon? I don't know. Yeah. Poor thing. All he does all the time. It just helped. He's just doing his best. Yeah. Poor thing. They got the big old giant spears and stuff now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Cheers.
It's hard out there for a dragon. Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Hi. I can tell that you haven't watched episode 5.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for rubbing that in.
You're welcome. So my question is, if you could have dinner with anyone in past or present, so dead or alive, who would it be, and what would you talk about?
Probably Marlon Brando. He's my favorite actor of all time. I don't know. I mean, what would we talk about? I mean, probably just acting. Well, how'd you get so good? Hey, remember that time in Streetcar Named Desire when you did that thing? That was really cool. That'd probably be how it would go. I would just be such a huge, crazy, incredible fan. Yeah, I mean, that'd be the one. That'd be the one. I think I've read like every biography on the guy and seen every movie of his. I mean, I'm a huge, huge, huge fan. I hope he likes me. Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. I'm sorry if the question has been asked before, but I was wondering, since you are already part of the Marvel Universe, if you have personally a franchise or a movie that you're really a fan of, and maybe a character from this franchise that you would want to play.
Oh, it has to be in the Marvel franchise.
No, another franchise, like, since you're already in it, but another big franchise with a lot of movie like Star Wars or anything that you would...
I think you said it right now. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. To be a part of that would just be... I'll be a stormtrooper. Daniel Craig was a stormtrooper. I'll be a stormtrooper. Anything. I mean, that is epic. I feel like even the people who are in it now, who are kind of the younger versions of it, I don't think they even know how big of a deal it is to be a part of that. I mean, that will forever be how they will, be remembered and loved because of this character that they brought to life. Gosh.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars character that you...
Boba Fett? He's dope. He's so cool. He's so cool. But I mean, they all get along so well. I mean, and Han Solo, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't care if he shot first or not. Love the guy. I mean, that character, my God, that was so cool. I know. If only they made an origin story. Han Solo. Still holding out hope. Still holding out hope. Yeah, thank you.
Hi. First, I don't know if you remember from the welcome party, you were talking with us about the cats. The cats' places are Piazza Argentina and the Piramide Cestia.
Yeah, I mentioned it. Yeah.
And my question is, did you ever have to do a stunt on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. which was like, no, this is too crazy, I'm never gonna do it?
Yes, but I didn't know how those two pieces connected.
No.
So sorry, I was like, where is this going? Are we going to talk about a stunt involving a cat? No, that's okay. I was, that's perfectly fine. No, thankfully no cats were harmed at all in S.H.I.E.L.D. I can confirm that now, here and now. No cats were harmed, thank God. Was there ever a stunt? No, I mean, I was always really game for everything, and I think that's what made the stunt guys really like me, because I would throw myself in it. And also the way they pitched it in the very beginning, I think people can tell when it's the actual person doing it. And like, I know Sebastian trained like a mother, that's Italian, for the fight scenes in Winter Soldier and all these other things. I mean, those are the actual guys doing it. Of course, they'll have a stunt guy do a pass, and they'll use some of that when they can. But they really do have everybody, learning these things as well. So it's a really incredible thing. And so when I joined it, they were like, well, we want to see that it's actually you doing it. So they told me from the very beginning, better do it, buddy. So I had to learn really hard, and the stunt guys were really incredible. I remember rehearsing one of the fight scenes on the driveway of my house, and my neighbors must have thought I was crazy. But I did. I mean, there's a lot of dedication that comes with that. So I was always willing to throw myself in. They wouldn't let me jump out of a window. Even though it was like safety glass window, they would have somebody else do that, just because there's minor little cuts and stuff that happens, even though it's safe. The motorcycle stuff, I did do some of that, but not all of it in the pilot. Thank you for cheering. Please, I was, it wasn't a very long one. And then I was begging for a car chase forever, and then they finally gave me one in the 4th season. Again, thank you for applauding. As you can tell, it was a very, very intricate, but I actually got to drive it, and it was actually really cool, and I thought, man, this is gonna be amazing. And it's so dimly lit, you can't even tell that it's me. And so I thought, well, that's kind of a waste, but it was a lot of fun to do. I would still love to do that if Fast and Furious is casting. Or if they're doing a musical. Perfect. And if there's cats involved? I mean, yeah, exactly.
Your fight scenes looked amazing in the telefilm, so...
Oh, thank you very much.
The result was great.
Thank you. We put a lot of work into that, so thank you. Yeah?
So this is a costuming question. If you were doing like a period piece or a historical piece, what era would you want to be in, just based on like what you get to wear?
I would do a Fellini film, something like that. The most stylish thing ever. Or in the 20s. I would love to do like a film noir. Would love that. Thank you for that question. I don't think I've ever been asked that. Thank you.
Hi, sorry, this one comes in 3 parts, but they're all very quick.
Number one, I just wanted to say you and Ian were my favourite part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I thought you were brilliant.
Thank you.
Great chemistry on screen and all.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That wasn't even a question. That was a compliment. So, all right. Let's keep it going. All right.
Well, number two, I was wondering, could you recreate, if you remember, your parody of Do You Want to Build a Snowman that you did to advertise beside Still Waters? It was brilliant.
Thank you very much. My wife helped me write that script. It was so, jeez. I don't remember a single word of it. I'm sorry. I don't. I was reading off of a thing, because most of it, we filmed this thing in like my daughter's like doll house, and it was one of those things. Okay, a lot of my tweets and Instagram stuff, if you think too much about it, you'll never actually send it. So that's how I got into the puns in the first place. I'm gonna get to the story. It's just gonna go here and then back and then here. Yeah, but I mean, my wife was out of town one time, and we were doing the live tweeting, and she couldn't be there to tell me, don't send that out. That's stupid. That's a dad joke. Please don't do it. And so that's where I started sending off all of these, like, you know, just bad puns, and people started to really respond to it. And I was like, oh, if you like that, I got a lot more for you. That's where my brain goes. That's where my humor is. So anyway, I think very much like that. This How You Want to Build a Snowman thing was something that we just sort of like threw together, and it was really fun. I'm glad you liked it. Thank you.
Okay, the last one then is just regarding Until Dawn. In one of the earlier scenes, I think it's the first one we're introduced to Mike, Emily and Matt are going back up to the house and Mike scares them. Now, if Matt decides to take Mike's side and say, calm down, Emily, she comments saying, oh, are you two going to make out now or something? Do you remember your character's reaction to that?
No idea. No idea. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't. No.
He just says that we're so totally going to make out, but he says it in this really funny way. And I was hoping to get you to recreate that, but if you can't, that's
Oh my God. Well, the thing is, and I'm so sorry, but the thing is, when you film it, you record all possible reactions, and they're kind of back to back to back.
So much going on.
And it can be a little confusing when you're doing it. You're like, what's the version of reality that we're in now? You're sort of recording all of those responses back and forth, so.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much.
I can do my version of it. What is it? What is it called? What is it?
I'm trying to remember it properly. He like wiggles down to the ground and he goes, oh yeah, we're so totally going to make out. It was very funny.
Oh yeah, we're so totally going to make out.
Pretty much. Thank you.
Okay, I tried.
Do you prefer to play a villain or a good guy?
A complicated good guy would be great. But I think if the choices are just good guy or villain, I mean, I would love to play a villain. I feel like most of the good guy stuff that I go out for is kind of like, you know, Mr. Perfect type of stuff. And it's fine, but it is a little boring. Yeah, it's, you know, the kind of guy who's got it all together, and the guy that the girl should be with, but doesn't really like him because, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kind of. I can tell by the response, maybe. But the bad guys are more complicated, I think, and just more interesting in general, and that's what I'm going for. And it's great too if you can sort of play one thing like, you know, a trustworthy guy on one side, and then they leave the room, and then you're something else. That to me is super, super, super interesting. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Hi.
Hello.
I wanted to ask you a question about Marlon Brando. You just said that he's one of your favorite actors.
All-time.
All-time favorite actor. What might be too difficult, but what's your favorite film of his? Or at the moment, what is your favorite film of his or a favorite scene of his that you thought, okay, this guy is just...
Oh my God. I mean, I remember watching that film for the first time and thinking everybody else looked like cardboard next to him, like cardboard cutouts next to him. That was a real human being, and everybody else was kind of doing lines in a sort of theatrical way. Comparatively, even though that movie itself, if you put it next to other films around the same time, they're all very realistic. Yeah, the scene where he's with Blanche, and he throws her down on the bed and says, "Oh yeah, you tried to pull the wool over this boy's eyes. Well, not once did it work. Ha 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 ha." And then he runs into the bathroom. The best. It's incredible. I remember just like fast forwarding all of the rest of the stuff and then just watching him. He was alive. He was like, you're like seeing an animal. It's, and I mean that in the best way, because you're just watching somebody just completely on instinct. It didn't seem like these were lines. It didn't seem like this was a movie. It seemed like this was a character living in those circumstances, and the camera just happened to be there. He's changed film acting forever. Yeah.
And just a follow-up to that.
Yeah.
Would you try to emulate his style or in your acting?
Oh my God, I think we're all trying. I mean, Jack Nicholson has this quote, "We are all Brando's children." I think we're all trying. I mean, every single actor, even today, I think would just say, Brando, Brando, Brando. I mean, he's the one who sort of changed everything. And I mean, you know, the movies that we have and the style in which they're shot and acted is all attributed to him and the method and you know, the work that was going on. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. That's not from me, that's from Marlon Brando. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Hello, hi. So, my question is, Endgame, big final fight. What happened to the old Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Why weren't any of them there?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. It seems to be somewhat of a one-way street, yeah? It seems like, you know, we talk about the films sometimes, but, you know, we never end up in them. It's quite sad. No, it's okay. They have my cell phone, so, you know, they can call me whenever they want. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that we're kind of, I guess, doing our own thing.
But they never mixed the TV show with the movie. I don't know why. It's
Yeah.
the same line.
I mean, I agree. I think that it's also, you know, really complicated to keep all of those balls in the air and somehow connected. And I think that they've done a pretty good job. Maybe we thought that it was going to be more connected than it actually ended up being, but still, I think that there's an effort there, and that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. That was the most sad applause ever. Oh my God. I asked for it. Okay, I have a feeling it's time to do this. I'm feeling you guys. Here we go. Well, we are out of time. I am so sorry we are out of time. I'll tell you what, if Jason comes up or any one of those other musical guys, I will totally sing along. If it's just me a cappella, it's just going to be weird. It just is. I can dance? And later on sing. Oh, spin again. Yes. That's a great idea. Yeah. Who's coming next?
You can lip sync.
somebody else here so we can do a nice duet. It'll be great. Do we know? We're gonna sing, okay? We're gonna sing. I just would like to do it with someone else.
Buy a lottery ticket tonight. Or not. This is just kind of too funny.
Great.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh,
weird!
Yes! Yes! Oh, what? That's incredible. What is this going on?
It's Tiny Reeve. It's Reeve.
Lads and lasses set you for a while.
Okay, this I can do without anyone. This is great.
Let's all raise our glasses high to friends and family gone and lift our voices in another.